Welcome to Pride Against Prejudice, a Shadowrun 4th edition actual play podcast.
Hi, I'm Simon and I'm playing Huggy Bear.
Hi, I'm Al and I'll be playing Maverick.
Hi, I'm Jack and I play Toyger.
Hi, I'm Michael and I'll be playing Sunshine.
And my name is Rhydian, I'm the GM. If you would like any bonus content, a link to our living campaign map can be found in the show notes, along with a link to our Discord where you can get occasional bonus episodes, and if you'd like to add locations to the map or just ask us questions, you're welcome to join us there. If you stick about for a few seconds at the end of the episode, we also have a question for you as well. Following content may contain themes and materials not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Right, chummers, before we dive into the episode, I've got some Nova hot pay data on another Shadowrun podcast for you to listen to. Tales from the Stuffer Shack is back! Starting 3 days from when this episode airs, the first episode of one of the best Shadowrun actual plays ever made is re-releasing. Their link is in the show notes. Please do yourselves a favour and check them out. This is one of my favourite Shadowrun podcasts. Here's their trailer.
Hello, Stuffer Shack customer. How may I stuff your shack?
That's right. We're back to stuff your shack, chummer. Grab yourself a handful of stuffers, microwave those instant burritos, and get ready to get back to the shack.
Are you Shadowrunners?
No, we are Stuffer Shack employees.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. This is really strange.
Returning by popular demand, this re-release of the hit 2017 Shadowrun Anarchy actual play podcast follows Mika and Augustus, two underperforming clerks,
I don't think we're getting an award, man. That doesn't sound right.
as they stumble through the trials and tribulations of working the night shift in a Redmond Barons convenience store. Remastered, bigger, bolder, girthier.
I like giving Brad shit. I like ruining Brad's day. I like when Brad ruins my day. Oh my god. Oh my god, Mika.
I think you might have a thing for Brad.
Tales from the Stuffer Shack.
You guys have been going at this for a while.
Yeah. And the sick twisted part is that I can't imagine my life without him.
After a run necessitating vehicular murder, 2 explosions, a rogue decker and a car chase, the team is in desperate need of some downtime. Huggy asks Sunshine for advice about her date with Marty as Sunshine's own relationship crumbles. Mav tries not to get killed by Hazel, and Toyger goes to see Paeon. I'll say that Giuseppe gives you 4k each for the data, because you did wait a few days before getting it to him, so it wasn't hot off the press, so he wasn't able to make as much use of it.
Fair. That's fair.
We are currently on August the 15th. What would people like to do? Mav, are you just quietly training?
Yeah, pretty much. Is there anything else I need to do? How's my ammo looking?
Huggy, are you doing anything in particular? You have already fixed up the van.
Right. One thing I'm going to do is, what was his name again?
Right, very forward of you.
Is this why the date went you so badly?
But it's been like, what, more than a month since I last...
Marty.
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 Yeah, and
That's
out
fun.
of game time, it's been a very long time since we've discussed Marty.
In game time, I think it's only been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, in game time, it's the last time you had some downtime was the 2nd. It's now the 15th. So yeah, it's been like 2 weeks, but IRL, it's been like 3-4 months.
Yeah, well, she's going to send him a message basically saying, "Hi, sorry, I've been kind of busy, so I haven't had a chance to say hi. Sorry that last time went so badly. You know, it only occurred to me as I was kind of there that it was a date. Sorry about that. Do you want to try to catch it again sometime?"
Do you have the etiquette skill?
No, I don't.
You could train the etiquette skill before you roll this.
That is something I should probably do.
Go and talk to Toyger for a day.
That was going to be a suggestion. Just post in the group chat, hey guys, is this a suitable apology, and please can we have a next date text message? And just let us all workshop it for you.
Does Huggy go onto the Matrix and search how to talk to boys?
He does, gets rather confused, finds rather more videos than she was initially planning to, and then goes and asks,
Find the couple that are fairly anatomically improbable, yeah.
That doesn't seem... No, that's not how it works. What? Really? If that is how it worked, that looked like it could be fun, but that's not, no.
If you're training the etiquette skill, I'll just take a day to do that.
So yeah, she'll call up Sunshine and ask her for a quick sort of, okay, how do I do this? I know this guy is quite nice. He, owns the gun shop where I buy my bullets. Be nice to be on good terms with him. I don't know if that's the right way to put that.
I'm not sure I'm great at this either.
Look. I told you how badly the last date went.
Mm-hmm.
You are at least capable of people wanting to see you again.
Yeah.
You're better at this than me.
Yeah, but there's a reason I ended up with a girl, not a guy.
Oh, that's, academic, right? It's basically the same thing. One goes in, the other goes out. Like, that's the only real difference, right?
No.
Mechanical.
No.
Maybe this is why I'm so bad at it.
Yeah, it's more to that. Okay, let me see what you've got so far. Show me what you've written.
It's basically just, sorry that the last date went so badly. I didn't like the date.
Yep. I'm just flicking through what she's written as an ARO. Great. Okay. Yeah, so... Wow, you're blunter than most men. And most men are terrible at this. Okay, so... We reword this bit. Okay, so try... okay, guys tend to be very direct. However, you're direct in the same way that a bulldozer is direct.
Well, what's the point in being all, wanting to say sorry and let's meet up again? What's more to do? What? I don't quite understand. This is why I'm asking you. I don't know what's wrong. To me, this says everything it needs to say. But
it's kind of the important word there. It's
what? Like wasting bullets.
Huggy, if you're going to view your potential sexual partners in the same way that you view a target down a gun sight, this may explain an awful lot of where you're going wrong and why they keep trying to avoid you.
They don't try to avoid me. I just haven't ever really pursued anyone before. I left uni.
Have you ever considered those two things are related? That part of why you've not ended up with someone is because people find you difficult to approach?
Well, then again, other trolls shouldn't find that intimidating. So
yeah,
maybe, I don't know. It's never occurred to me before to think of it.
And now we're starting to get to the root of the problem. That this is stuff you've never even tried to think about before.
Well, I didn't think about, how to repair a drone until I figured out needing to be repairing a drone, so...
Yes, and you were bad at it back then? Before you knew how to repair a drone, you couldn't do it?
Well, I'm good at repairing drones, so I was a fairly quick catch, but... This doesn't make sense, is my point. When you're repairing a drone, it's a red wire, it's a red wire, it's a blue wire, it's a blue wire. But there doesn't seem to be any red and blue wires here to make a bad
If you need to rewire Mav's mate, there's other problems going on.
I didn't know he was combed.
That could be a cute first date. Like, hey, I noticed that your cyber arms are working suboptimally. Want me to tune them up? Gets out notes. Saucy wink at this time. Well, you don't actually say saucy wink.
Pulls out leather roll of miniature screwdrivers.
See, Toyger's talking my language. That makes more sense.
So I'm going to say at this point, Sunshine, you get a text message reading, how are your glowy eyes? Still glowy. And Huggy, you get a text message at like approximately the same time. Huggy, are you going to be seeing that boy again, or do you think you scared him off?
We're finding that out.
Toyger, still can't turn the fucking things off. Also, I need some help. Please come over.
You get on my way, and then like a little cartoon cat on a moped. Where are we? Are we at Sunshine's? Are we at Huggy's? Are we?
Where are we? Yeah.
I assume you're all at your own houses, because I thought this conversation between Huggy and Toyger was... Sorry, Huggy and Sunshine was happening either via text message or phone call.
Okay, Huggy, come over as well. The Luna's out just now, so yeah, you guys can come over.
A note. I left her a note. She never replied. Was that normal, or did she just not like me?
She did reply. Neighbors down the street heard her reply.
Oh, I thought this was some sort of telemarketing thing from like Aslan. It was just lots of loud screaming and what I assumed were swear words and insults regarding my parentage, so I deleted the message. Very little of it was in English.
Yeah, that sounds like her.
Does Toyger speak any Azatlana Spanish?
Toyger speaks English and Enochian. He was not taught to speak the language of the staff.
That sounds about right. Oh god.
I'm headcanoning this right now. He did try to learn Aslan or Spanish to speak to a member of... No, he tried to learn Orzeth at one time to speak to a member of staff and got beaten for it. So, there we go.
Your parents are assholes.
So I'm going to say that I show up at Sunshine's a little before Huggy and sort of like give her another like magical once-over, like just hold the eye open and peer into it.
Are you sensing her?
Yes.
Okay.
Where's my sense button? 1 hit.
Yep, she's still magical. Definitely magical. She does still have the glowy blue eyes. Whatever she did to herself when she awakened, she's not learned how to turn that off yet.
This is deeply unusual, Sunshine. So slight alterations to eye colour or occasionally shape while astrally perceiving are normal. It shouldn't glow this much. Also, I think the glow might be slightly connected. And also, I don't think the changes might be this drastic. Mine go a bit more yellow, that's about as far as it goes.
Most people don't awaken by, like, huffing a pound of Colombia's finest exports.
I think this comes from Colombia. Also, I don't think there is a Colombia anymore. I'm pretty sure I got nommed up by Amazonia. If you sit in a darkened room, do they cast a beam of light? Or can you see better in the dark? Or do you... I mean...
Weirdly, like, okay, I can still see normally out of them, which that bit doesn't make sense, because I'm giving off light. But, like, this is actually light. Like, I can, look. She goes over, like, pulls the curtains and turns the lights off. And it's, like, a little blue lighthouse, like, sweeping a pair of beams around. Like, they're not super bright or anything.
Definitely that.
Like, you know, this is, like, a couple of watts. I've got... where is this coming from, you know?
I don't know. You're breaking a lot of the rules of magic at the minute. Are you constantly astrally perceiving? Have you tried turning that off?
Those were certainly all words, Toyger. I've been doing this for, like, what, 3 days? 4 days at this point?
So you can't see when I'm consciously acting.
Most of it just having a fight with my girlfriend, so...
Oh.
Yeah, she was not exactly psyched. Come home to find me, A, recovering from a gunshot, which, like, she still hasn't even forgiven you for handing me back having been knocked out by spirits. And wait, okay, do you not know Luna's history?
You told me she had one and that she didn't like to speak about it, and I didn't like to pry. Does she dislike magicians?
Yeah, so just as you're beginning to discuss Luna's past, the doorbell rings, or their buzzer, or whatever it is you happen to have in your building.
Okay. Can we put this on hold for now, Toyger?
Sure. Do you want me to go and open the curtains while you go and get Huggy?
Sure, why not?
You know, it'll be more. I'll go and get Huggy, and you sit here being a spooky ghost. And like, as you're like going to get up from the couch you're sitting on, you get a blanket thrown over you. Again. Huggy, come look at this. She's a ghost.
What? Oh,
Halloween
your eyes are
candy.
still like that. Do they hurt? Or
No, I
is that
just
painful?
No, but I can't turn them off.
It breaks many of the laws of magical dynamics.
Huggy sort of crouches down and looks at the eyes, takes out one of the lenses she has for drawing work, fixes the lenses in her eyes, stares at it for a couple of seconds. You know that? What wavelength is the light on?
Blue? I don't know.
I'm asking the GM.
Oh, blue?
Oh, it's visible spectrum.
Yeah, it's visible spectrum. She's been using herself as a nightlight. It's made it so much easier to not crack her shin on the dreck that Luna keeps lying around the flat when she's going for a pee in the middle of the night.
Are they giving off any extra heat or anything like that?
I'm gonna say no. Literally just visible light, like an LED.
Yeah, they seem to just be emitting light. There's no heat. There's no extra. I'm not seeing any unusual wavelengths, so it's not radioactive or anything like that. It's just
Well, I'm glad of that.
just outputting light. It's very interesting. It's almost like cyber eyes, except with cyber eyes, you normally have, the built-in way to turn it off. So this is like getting cyber eyes installed, but never getting the instruction manual.
It typically doesn't come with an instruction manual, but that's what you have me for. Sunshine, when you're looking at me and Huggy, do we look any different than we did before the run? Like, is Huggy noticeably missing anything?
No,
Right.
you just look like yourselves. But I'm assuming you're trying to describe some sort of magic thing, which is a thing you think I can do now. Well, no.
It's a thing you really should be able to do. Interpreting what you see on the astral when your eyes are open is a skill, one that is learned and trained like anything else. But it's like... did you ever read about that really, really early robot called Asimo? And they would show him a bunch of different things and say, this is a car, this is a computer, this is a drinks can. And they had to teach him to see, basically.
Okay, so like a kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
You as a kid learned to see things and what they meant. You learned if you saw some paper between two sheets of cardboard, that was a book. And books, when opened, had things in them. You get so good at it that you just automatically make these connections. You have to learn to do that all over again to develop astral sight. But you shouldn't have to learn to open your eyes, I don't think. We are in deeply uncharted waters. We will need to come back to this when you have the mental energy to cope with it.
Yeah, which is not today.
No. Why was Luna angry at you were going to tell me?
Complicated reasons. She's not angry at me, she's more... I don't know.
It's probably just bothered for
disappointed.
you, and I don't even think... I mean, I'm talking about somebody who I've never really met in passing, but I suspect she's just worried for you, and worried that you're not looking after yourself as much as she would like. And in a lot of people, this comes out as anger because there's nothing they can really do to control it.
It's not like I took up smoking again. I accidentally turned my eyes on. No, I didn't fragging do this. Some fragment hit me in the head with a kilo bag, and now I can't turn my eyes off.
Yeah, I really don't know how this is anyone's fault other than that yak, who I'm pretty sure got hit by... I think Mav said they got hit by a train.
No, I threw them at the roof of the cave, and then threw them at the wall of the cave, and then made swords hover in front of their genitals for a few minutes and threatened them, and then I think they exploded.
That makes sense. I mean, everybody who was down there exploded eventually.
There was a great deal of exploding going on. Anyway, Bozo stands up and claps his hands. We can't do anything about the glowing eyes, so we're going to ignore them until they are no longer a problem. We came over here to try and sort out Huggy's dating life, because dear Jesus Christ in a basket. I have never once intentionally flirted with anyone, and yet I'm still somehow better at it than you.
But this is... that's a lie. I have intentionally flirted with people before. But it's always been other people who were also studying bones. So I guess our brains worked a little bit better. Because I really don't see what the problem is with what I said, but that I understand is part of the problem, so...
Yeah.
I think it's the bit where you said, I know I didn't act in the most feminine way, but you have really nice muscles and an amazing chest, and I would like to see more of them. That bit's just a tiny wee bit too blunt, Huggy.
But that's...
Yeah,
it
makes you sound like you're... It makes you sound a bit like a cannibal or something. I don't know.
Maybe it's tall thing? Probably not. But I mean, I figured that, he owns a gym, he likes to work out. I try and compliment him on that.
That actually makes a great deal of sense.
Yeah, it's just wording.
I'm trying to flirt in my third language, okay? Maybe I should try this in Ozet.
Does he speak Ozet?
So if I never find out. So I think I've never really learned flirty Ozet. I know how to write out the Declaration of Orc Independence in Ozet.
He didn't strike me as the political type.
I was once told to eat, drink, and die in Ozet.
I mean, most people have been. Whether I know it or not.
Okay, at this point I'm going to cast Phantasm, and the Phantasm is going to be a whiteboard that we can just write notes on. Prose down.
Can I allow to do that?
Most people would have AR for that.
Well, I want to do it with magic, so...
You are magic PowerPoint.
Yes. So it needs to be weak, so Force 2, let's say.
I'm not even going to make you roll for that if you want to cast it at Force 2. Just you bash on, mate.
Yeah, there's now a magic floating whiteboard. You know, you can recreate literally anything I've actually seen, with my own eyes. I can teach you to do this if you like. It's not terribly difficult.
That's kind of cool.
I mean, maybe.
So, pros. Direct. Pays attention to him. Knows what he likes. Knows how he likes it. Cons. Hopping like a cannibal. Does anyone have anything else to add?
Maybe find out what sort of girl he's looking for.
But how do I do that without contacting him first? What I'm looking to do is get back into contact.
Roll me a quick memory check there, please, Huggy.
It's kind of like a sales pitch or something.
That's one hit.
This.
He asked you out originally.
Yeah. So he was the one who asked me to the first date.
Okay.
And I don't think I'd come on to him at all, so presumably there's something that he sees in me. I know that I have forgotten the word in English. The person who sits at a desk and secretary, that's the one.
Receptionist. I think I've mentioned her.
Receptionist? I think that's maybe the one I'm actually looking for.
I think Mavs was talking about her. She's the elf woman with the big arms and a face like a bulldog which can piss up a nettle.
Oh, I thought she was very pretty. She just hates me, so...
Why did she hate you? What did you do?
I don't know. He advised me to go and do a training session, and she looked really pissed off about it.
Oh, she's pissed off that you're spending time with them. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you can ignore her. Why don't you suggest that? Why don't you say, hey, you mentioned a training session. I would like to get back in touch. I am free on these days. And then when you go, bring him, I don't know, bring him a present. What? Can you bring men flowers? I don't know. I was brought flowers once, but that was an insult.
How for flowers an insult?
Oh, Victorian floral language. It had sort of a renaissance in the circles my parents moved in. It's sort of like you give the person a gift, but the gift is actually a massive fuck you.
Toyger, what in the rich people are you talking about?
I thought that he was talking about magic stuff, like actually talking. You give somebody the flowers, and they talk to the flowers, and the flowers say "fuck you." Can you not talk to flowers?
I can't, but I can talk to things that can talk to flowers. It was more a case of 7,000 new yen rhododendrons to symbolize my dad's impotence and infertility.
Oh, fuck rhododendrons. They're invasive and they deserve to be burned off the face of the earth.
Yeah, they also, smell weird.
What's a rhododendron?
There are this invasive species of plant that people brought over in the in the Fifth World.
Colonizer plants.
Yeah, colonizer plants that came over. People like to put them in their gardens, and then they spread everywhere. And now they're basically they're absolute pain because you need to burn them down to the roots and then pull the roots up to get them out. And they are absolute pain.
And the thing is, if even a tiny little fragment of the rootstock remains, the plant will come bouncing back. They are hardy little shits. If you wonder what they look like, imagine a pink broccoli.
What's a broccoli?
Yeah, it's a cabbage thing.
Okay, so it's a pile of leaves, but pink.
Maybe not. And everything that was written
Come
on
on, Toyger, I'm uncultured. Work with me here.
Oh, I'm so painfully
I grew up
ripped
in a
up in
slum
class.
in Denver. What do you want from me?
Huggy brings up a picture of a rhododendron.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, they're very pretty, except that they, like I said, they get fucking everywhere and they deserve to be burned off the face of the earth.
Oh.
They smell weird also. At this point, you sort of notice that Toyger's typing on a comm link that's not his, that he's gotten out of Huggy's pocket.
Huggy doesn't. She's still going on about the agricultural problems that rhododendrons have caused.
So I am going to continue listening to this rant about rhododendrons because it is very interesting. I did read a very interesting book about using the Victorian floral language in summoning formulae, which I intend to apply someday soon. In the meantime, I stole your comm link and I texted Marty. You've got a date on Wednesday afternoon.
What?
At the gym at 2 p.m. He's going to get you started on the weight racks.
What?
He's agreed to bring chocolate if you agree to bring something that's not chocolate but just as sweet. I think he might have been talking about you. To be on the safe side, maybe bring him tablet or fudge or something.
What?
I just went as blunt as humanly possible, and he seemed to really resonate with that.
I grabbed my comm link back and look at what he typed.
I scroll through and go, it's very boy, but it kind of works.
I also like the stuff he texted back.
I don't really understand. You seem to have made all the same points that I was making. I still don't understand what this he just said is different from what I was trying to say.
So I said, I like that you look after yourself instead of saying your beautiful chest meat would crisp up beautifully on a barbecue.
I know you're exaggerating for effect. That's not. I'm not that stupid.
So it's nice. Hanging out socially. We didn't discuss any shadow running. We didn't discuss any weird shit. We just sort of
talked about our various relationship problems.
Yes. I think the only thing was...
we discussed Sunshine's eyes briefly, which is kind of weird shit, but...
We discussed it in the manner of three friends discussing a friend's decision to get her irises recolored or a new hairdo.
Not my decision!
But what kind of works for you? It sort of illuminates your face very well. I feel. What sort of eyeliner do you use?
Your avatar.
That's a good point. You showed me a picture of the avatar on the, what's it called? The world inside the wires.
It's a matrix.
The thing. Yes.
Oh my god, Toyger.
Wait a minute. When you have your avatar, imagine turning your eyes on and off as your avatar, but try doing, syncing the same thing in your body.
I can't do that with my avatar either.
Oh.
Can you do...
You have a really basic avatar, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it was cheap. I
That's
basically
fair.
just got my face put on it.
That's actually a brilliant line of thinking, Huggy. You are... yes, that's brilliant. Try doing something that your avatar can do that you can. The same muscle movements, the same neural impulses, just...
Yeah, okay. This is gonna look really, really stupid, guys.
Learning magic is all about looking stupid. If I told you about the amount of time I stood standing on one leg on a ball in my underwear learning to levitate.
Meanwhile, Mav is having shit thrown at him by overexuberant gym goers.
Yeah, Hazel in particular is taking great delight in chucking weights off dumbbells at you.
Why did I volunteer for this?
You can dodge a ball.
Hazel doesn't have many friends, does she?
She's getting some really good discus practice in right now, though.
Perhaps the discus will serve her when friends will not. Will the discus be a bridesmaid at her wedding? I think not.
To be fair, she does seem to go out with an innumerable amount of people on a Friday night, none of whom that she knows that well, because she spends most of her time in the gym. That said, you could crack walnuts between her butt cheeks.
Will her strong gluteal muscles hold her at night? I think not.
I am not following this line of reasoning any further.
Surprisingly wise.
What should we call this skill that Huggy is currently training in?
It would be just etiquette.
Okay, so is that the way I'm thinking of that is basically prepping for the date? And be like, okay, so how do I person? Because apparently I don't know.
Lots of time spent between our three homes with the magic whiteboard. On one side is written the thing you said, on the other side is it translated into something that's less off-putting.
So you're giving Huggy a crash course in how not to be an offensive cuss.
Yes. So on one side it'll say your clothes are extremely high quality. I like your shirt.
She's Huggy is almost treating this like learning a new language.
So yeah, I'm gonna... Does I actually have quite a lot of ranks in the leadership skill? I'm going to use that and be like, okay, so I'm gonna kind of montage Toyger, Sunshine. We've got Huggy sat down in front of the magical whiteboard and drawing out a plan and okay, so if this happens, you should say this, not this.
What is the music to this montage?
Holding out for a hero.
Yes, that works perfectly.
Yeah, there are several cuts of just the two of us in utter despair as Huggy looks confused.
An occasional cut of Mav getting weight discus yeeted at him by Hazel.
At one point, you're just standing there with a makeup brush in one hand, a palette in the other, looking defeated as Huggy's frantically directing drones to try and keep you away from her.
Come on, Huggy.
I understand you do.
I know how to do this.
Do you know how to put makeup on chrome? I don't want any of that dust getting into the elements.
Huggy, come on, I've got more eyeliner on than you do right now.
Yeah?
This is me dressing casual.
Look, Huggy, I'll just do the other side, okay?
I don't like how much dust this stuff shows up. And that's sparkly. That could be conducted before, you know.
Biodegradable glitter.
Okay, fine. We won't use the glitter stuff. I mean, the whole point about the makeup is it stays on you when I'm not lightly powdering you with talc.
Feels like you're doing.
Trust in the magic? Wait. No, trust in the... No, I can't say trust in the magic anymore. just in the process of... Just let me paint you.
Fine.
And the music resumes.
Is there like 6th world equivalent of like Boots or a well-known 6th world beauty brand, or would it all just be available on like the Stuffer Shack app?
There will be stuff available at Stuffer Shack. There'll be like a equivalent of Zaphoria or something like that, the 6th world, or Zaphoria, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Zaphora.
Yeah, that. My wife's now looking at me like, what the fuck?
The high-end makeup brands are all owned by us technology.
You know, I'm looking on here. Do you know the Bathory Pale Grace collection? They have one for working women called Rosie. They've got like an offer on, like we go halfers on it. We could get it for Huggy as a present.
Kind of expensive, don't you think? Even with the offer,
I mean, you get what you pay for.
I mean,
like, look.
Okay, I guess. I mean, we can, okay. Oh, okay. Fine. Yes. Okay. Yep. Let's do it.
I mean, they are mostly shades of like brown and black, but there's no glitter. This red one look really, really good. What do you think, Huggy? Like, and he just shows you like the comlink with the product on it.
Huggy sort of goes, that looks like chemicals and powders. So, 1 second. She flicks through his notebook, blah, blah. That looks lovely, but I'm not entirely sure. And then smiles.
A+, Huggy. Well done. No, we won't get to that. We will not be buying the Bathory Pale Glaze for Working Girls collection. We shall get you something else as a present. Well, I did see this really nice belt buckle that I thought Mav might like. He's like sort of flicking through like 900 shopping apps he has open.
I know that you've kind of talked me into that stuff now. I mean, you sure are we getting this? Are we not getting it?
I'm not going to know how to use it, so you guys are going to have to help me put it on. But I mean, if you think it would help, is that the right word?
Why don't we get it as a present for Huggy, finger quotes, and it can just live here, and like if she ever needs it to go out on a date or something, you can swing by for like a quick touch-up. And, I don't know, maybe applying a makeup will come still in time. Yes, super, I'm buying it now. We can collect it from the Stuffer Shop that's about 400 yards that way in 45 minutes. The wonders of same-day delivery.
I'll get one of the drones to pick it up.
Selecting drone pickup option. You know, I tried doing the drone pickup option with the Spirit of Air once, and I literally was fired upon.
I mean, I've been fired upon trying to do a drone pickup before, but I live in Fresh Killers, so that's not unusual.
I mean, people fire net guns at drones out there, so...
No. It was a shame. Like, I spent a lot of money ordering that alligator skull, and it got broken. It was completely useless. Anyway... One of the things I'd like to do with this downtime session is put my magic rating up to 6.
Okay, so you'll be needing to train that. It'll take you 21 days. So for Mav, because he is a phys adept, he's going about it by doing physical training with his gym buddy. How is Toyger approaching this? What's he doing to make himself more magical? Is he like... So there's various different approaches. He could be like doing a piece of art and reflecting on it. If he was a hermetic, he would be hitting the textbooks. How does Toyger approach this? So
Toyger's an artist. He likes making things. He likes having things he can make things out of. Like a lot of the stuff in this flat, like his weird teethed abacus or some like the weird chimes hanging down from the ceiling, are stuff he's just made sort of in a spur of the moment. So there's going to be a lot of pottering about in the flat, finding weird ingredients and using them to make pigments and mixing up of potions and leaving the house at like 4 a.m. to go to a shop to buy something, bringing it home and then leaving it untouched for a week while he like basically makes a huge mess on a canvas on the floor. I'm going to say that after like Sunshine decided to kick us all out and we all went home, he basically immediately started doing this and making this huge sort of... For the first, like, 20 days, it just looks like he's made a mess on the floor with, like, junk he's found in the street or in his house or bought online and then forgotten about for ages until he sat on it and broke it, decided, no, actually that would work. And at the end of it, what he's got is if you hung it upside down and squint one eye, it looks almost like New York's skyline.
Okay.
But then you turn it another way and it looks like a map of New York when seen from above. And then you turn it another way and it looks like someone's face. And after all that work, after doing spending 21 days on this piece, he rolls up, takes it up onto the roof of the building, and lights it on fire.
Fair enough. I will let you know when the 21 days are over. So we'll just say that you started training that on the 17th. So put your karma to one side, and that'll be that. Mav, you're training yourself up to Magic 6. You're spending a lot of time in the gym. You're doing calisthenics. You're doing balance beams. You're dodging stuff. Hazel seems to be taking a great deal of delight in yeeting stuff at you. She seems to be spending more time than anyone else in the gym flinging things at you. And
she does work here.
Yeah, she's also getting more and more creative. I mean, at one point you have to dodge the water cooler.
That woman has heft.
Yeah, she's having a good time. Are you doing anything else other than exercising like crazy?
Oh, yes, thing. The problem with skipping over a meeting with Giuseppe was there was something I wanted to give to Giuseppe and forgot to because we skipped over it.
All right, talk me through what you're wanting to do, and I'll work out if we're role playing it.
Because we all samples of that weird drug.
Oh,
I was going to give my sample to Giuseppe to confirm that it wasn't what I'm hoping it's not.
Did you guys go along to see Giuseppe together, or did just Mav go?
I will have taken at least Sunshine.
Okay.
Possibly everyone.
All right, so we'll back up a little bit and deal with that. When you go along to see Giuseppe, Mav, did you ring ahead and let him know you were coming?
Yes.
Cool. So he's expecting you. You turn up and sit down in... Giuseppe's in his usual booth. The two Puerto Rican guys, they're playing dominoes as usual. There's a different guy on the door today. Oh, he's packing a Ruger rather than an Ares Predator. Fair enough. And you get served a bowl of pasta bigger than your own head, which in Huggy's case is actually quite impressive.
That is a lot of pasta in Huggy's case.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to make a start on that.
Yeah, the sauce is damn good as well.
I mean, I trust this guy's cooking. I've had it before, and
Yeah.
Is there soy in this?
Giuseppe looks at Toyger and says, "Do you think I am a fucking Philistine? I am insulted that you think I would serve you soy." He's actually looking at you quite seriously at the moment.
If there is soy in this entire restaurant will live to regret it. I have never been so happy to have been served a plate of pasta. I could kiss you now. I have not had good soy-free pasta in 11 years. At this point, Toyger's getting visibly agitated and looks like he might start weeping tears of joy.
So Giuseppe's face goes initially to anger as he thinks you're taking the piss, to, "Are you fucking threatening me?" to, "What's happening?" to, "Oh, okay." Yeah, it's like his eyebrows are dancing. It's bizarre.
Well, I'm also going to roll a knowledge skill at this point.
All right, go nuts.
Wine tasting. Has he paired the wine properly? I got 2 hits.
It's too early in the day for wine.
It's not. It's an
I
Italian
thought that was
breakfast.
Italian.
He's not giving you wine either way.
Aww.
But yeah, it's one of those pasta dishes that is incredibly simple, but really well done. And Toyger, you'll be able to taste that this has actual olive oil in it.
So good. Toyger's at this point, he's not licking the plate, he's got some decorum, but, the dishwasher will not have much work on that plate.
Make me a composure roll, please, there, Toyger.
3 hits.
You are currently resisting the urging from Cat to lick the plate. Anyway, Giuseppe after you've got your mountain of pastas, each looks at Mav and says, okay, so I was told that you would have something for me. Given the news over the last few days, I have no friggin' idea what to expect at this point. Either you're gonna give me something nice, or we're all gonna die. I have no idea which.
Mav reaches into the inside pockets of his coat and pulls out 2 items in turn. First he pulls out and places on the table, and it's a data chip, which he slides over.
Oh.
And the second is a small baggie of white powder. Is it white? Let's say it's white.
Yeah, let's say it's white. It's kind of iridescent. It's white but iridescent.
Powder of many colours.
He looks at the baggie and he takes his side plate with, well, that had bread on it and places it over the baggie and slots the data chip and says, so, give me a few minutes to look through this, enjoy your food. And he just looks through it for a few minutes, then says, okay, so, given the quality of this data, I have a couple of questions. Does anybody else?
We used an amount of it to do a job. Nobody else.
Is this the only copy?
Yes.
As far as we understand, we were led to believe that individual who owns this was the only copy they had.
We haven't made any copies.
Alright. Given that this is now a few days out of date, I cannot give you top price. But I am willing to give you $4,000 each.
Yay.
That's a pretty decent payday.
Thank you, Giuseppe.
I'd do anything for more of this pasta.
Now, about the other matter, I was not expecting to be, offered recreation with lunch.
I can't recommend trying it.
Yeah, please don't.
Sunshine was hit in the face with that, and
now has to wear sunglasses indoors.
Go and, take those off a second, Sunshine.
So, closes her eyes, takes them off, and there's still, a very slight glow through her eyelids. The blue, so the whole effect's purple as she opens them.
Huh. Did you get cyberware? That is very good work. Can I get the name of your doc? Because I know a guy, he wants some work done, and whoever did that,
It's
that
not
is
cyberware.
Well, what?
Sunshine awakened as an adult.
Well, congratulations. Do you get a cake on these occasions? I can ask Maria.
I have no fragging idea, Chummer.
Giuseppe, you and I have history with a substance which causes awakenings.
I'm aware of that, Drek.
We need to know that is not tempo. If you can tell us what it is, even better.
Okay, so there ain't no cutters on my turf. This Drek, it ain't tempo. I don't know what it is, but it ain't that.
Can you send it off to someone and find out what it is?
I can ask around. I take it that the sample is for me to pass around.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want any more of it.
I mean, if this Drek makes everyone awaken, then oh boy, this would probably come out of some kind of lab or something like that. It's a megacorp bull Drek, and we do not want to get caught between those mill wheels.
No, we don't.
We really don't.
But on the other hand, if...
Where did you find this?
This was part of the larger selections that we found.
Belonging to who?
The axe, as we understand it.
Okay.
The shipping was of the other Drek.
Oh, I thought one of the Japanicorps has got... Oh, I don't want to deal with this Drek. Okay, so you are not dumping shit on my doorstep, but you're asking me to go fishing. I'll ask around. That may be a fee. I'm letting you know that up front. I do not know what it may be at this point. Do you have an upper limit? How much of my time are you booking here?
I think if it goes over 10,000, then...
Call us back.
Alright, so you want me to make up to 10 grand's worth of inquiries on your behalf. Is that the score?
Without 10 grand, I think is what we can afford before we need to seriously think about what we're investing in.
All right. So, we done a little bit of business before. You done good work for me. Especially you, Mav. You were on the hook. You fragged up. But you got yourself out of the hole. Not many people do that. So, I ain't gonna screw you on this. I'm just letting you know what's happening up front. Capiche?
Capiche.
Alright. I'll ask around. I'll see what I can find out. I might give this to some poor idiot. We'll find out. We'll see what happens to them. Is there anything I need to know? Is there anything that's gonna get me in the deck?
We've told you who we got it off. We've told you what it did the one time. We know it was given to someone.
One of the people.
You.
Toyger?
You. Jody. The one dressed nice. Doc.
Yeah, so I tried interviewing. I'm not doing the finger thing. I tried interviewing one of the people that was transporting this stuff, the stuff that they threw at Sunshine over here. And he said they were told explicitly not to touch it by their boss. And I was going to interview the boss, but he had recently made the acquaintance of a train that was moving at great speed. That's where I got this lovely shiny sword from.
That is an unfortunate occurrence. Introductions to trains at great speed, they do not go well. I'm glad. He looks at Mav. I'm glad that you did not have that introduction on that little side job I sent you on.
As am I.
So, guy met train at great speed. What else do I need to know?
I got a shiny sword out of it, but I don't think you really need to know that.
That is not relevant. I want to know about this track.
Did you make anything of it astrally, Toyger?
It glows a little bit, but nothing specific.
Are we talking like a nightlight? Or are we talking finger wiggly glow?
Funny.
Finger wiggly glow. It's magically active in a way that a simple reagent would be magically active.
Okay, that's relevant. Thank you. And he looks at Sunshine and says, that was not intended as a... Yeah, sorry. All right. I think I got enough to be going with. I'll see what I can find out.
Thank you, Giuseppe.
You mentioned that there might be cake. If the cake is half as good as the pasta, I will give you this money back.
There is indeed cake. And it is real cake. And it's red velvet and it's very good.
Toyger is led away from Giuseppe's weeping tears of joy and heartbreak.
So Giuseppe now has his loyalty with you increased.
Wait, what was my loyalty?
No, I'm not saying you get an increase of loyalty with Giuseppe. Giuseppe gets an increase with you.
You are now more loyal to Giuseppe. When he calls you up for a job, you're like, yeah, I don't care what the pay is, I'm getting fed.
Toyger, I need you to break into the head offices of Ares Macro Technology, assassinate their CEO, and then kill the Great Dragon also on the payroll. I will give you a bowl of pasta. Next day, Ares Macro Technology arcology reduced to ash and rubble.
I mean, there is an arcology in the Bronx. Villiers arcology. Not Ares, but one arcology is much the same as another, right?
Nuke one, you've nuked them all. I can't remember, did I cast Detect Magic on the drugs or not? Would it have done anything?
I think you did. I think that's how you got the information you had.
You ace-sensed it. If you want to cast Detect Magic, go ahead.
Okay, we'll say we're doing this before I start the great mess up magic a little bit, so cast it at 4-5. 4 hits.
Okay, so deal with your drain. Yep, it's definitely magical. It's not particularly powerful, but magic's there.
The deep weed glows more than this stuff does.
It glows about as much as deep weed. It's very different. The magic tastes different. It's
bitter and yellow.
It's like, it's not necessarily unpleasant. It's just, it's like really, really like 90% cocoa dark chocolate bitter, that kind of bitter. Do you have magical theory or arcana?
Magical theory and magical phenomena.
Give me arcana would be a better fit. Do you have that?
No.
Okay, give me a magic theory. This is at a -2 because it's not quite as good as arcana.
You should have picked arcana. A hit.
Remind you of something. It's something you can do that the taste reminds you of. You just can't put your finger on it, though.
Not the pasta, then.
No, I will remember that past on my deathbed.
Just one more morsel.
Toyger's busy rewriting as well, leaving everything to Giuseppe's pasta. Not Giuseppe's pasta.
Would Toyger care for a wafer thin mint?
Toyger Googling, can you marry pasta in New Jersey? Romantic attraction to pasta. Pasta sexual, question mark.
Hey, I don't know if you can be sexually attracted to pasta, but you can certainly be sexually attracted to the thing that it's cooked in. You can be pansexual.
Tish.
Fuck off.
I saw that coming.
Well played, you bellend. I'm not going to make you roleplay out your full date with Marty this time, but you go along to the gym, and as you go through the door, you can just hear this weird yelling and banging, and you look through, and frag me, it's Hazel using a lifting bar as a javelin at Mav. What the fuck is going on in there? Oh, he's fine. He's fine. It's all good. It's gone through the drywall, though.
That's going to be expensive.
She really needs to go to a spa or something. She's very stressed. Yeah, you were just gonna go for a training session with Marty, weren't you?
Yeah, training session and just sort of hang out and, actually get to, we've gone on one failed date and now I want to actually get to know him because as I understand Flip's notebook, getting to know people is the first step to getting to like people.
Okay, so as I say, I'm not going to roleplay out the whole thing, but I would like 2 rolls from you to get an idea of how you do. Could I first of all get an etiquette roll? I am going to give you a +2 here because you're doing a thing that he likes and that he's enthusiastic about, and he enjoys teaching.
Wait a second, I'm edging this. 7 hit.
What the hell, Huggy?
You get on like a house on fire that somebody's just flung petrol in. You actually have a really great time, and so does he. Could I also get a body plus strength roll to see how you do with the fitness training?
This is actually, shockingly, something that I can do.
Not as well as the average troll, but better than the average person.
1 hit.
You roll 1 hit on 11 dice.
Yes, I did.
So by the end of this, you're a hot, sweaty mess, and you have noodle arms.
I mean, that's pretty much what I expected to happen.
And you're dropping weights, you just completely frag it up. But Marty's actually really sweet, and he's spotting you, and he's helping you out. He quietly picks up the dumbbell that you dropped on the floor and just puts that back on the weight rack without making a fuss or anything like that. And at one point, there's a guy who looks like he's about to say something about you not wiping down a piece of equipment, and Marty just gives him a look that says, if you say one bragging word... Yeah, your day actually goes really, really well, but you're having to spend the next day in bed because your everything hurts.
I decided to not spend that night on the hammock and just lies on the floor. Like, back flat on the floor, just staring at the ceiling like, I didn't know that could hurt.
Yeah, you physically cannot get into the hammock. As you're leaving, Mav, give me a clubs roll if you have it, or...
clubs?
Yes, or agility -1.
Do I in fact have clubs? No.
nor does it come under one of my skill groups. Would I have my agility boost active at this point? Am I in the middle of stuff?
If you want to have it active, you absolutely can.
I would like to have it active. 2 hits.
Hazel's gotten bored of throwing things at you now, and yeah, she's using police batons to spar with you, and you're just about holding your own, but yeah, you are getting beaten up and down the training hall, though. She does look like she's having fun, though, because you're actually pushing her. She's actually having to work right now.
Nav is really quite good at not getting hit.
So, you actually, by the end of this, you actually think you're starting to get along with Hazel, or at least have reached a peace settlement. you get the sense that you're one of the only people in this gym, other than Marty, but that she doesn't hold in utter contempt.
Good, I think.
She's still fragging scary. That elf is intense.
The fact that this elf is in physical combat with an orc,
yeah,
and I'm holding my own, just about. That's scary.
She's not even a fucking adept.
I assume she's
Just big.
Anyway,
is she cybered?
Nope, she's mundane. Is
she just like that?
She's just bloody minded. So,
some people are just built different.
Yep.
Is there anything else that people are wishing to do with their downtime? Things they wish to buy or acquire or practice and train?
I also needed to buy more taser rounds, but those are a rarity dash item, so I can do that at a Stuffer Shack.
And also, you're in and out of Marty's all the time. You're there more than your own flat right now, which is possibly good because the Kentucky Fried Soy underneath your place is cleaning out the grease traps again right now. And it stinks.
Oh, I need to move.
I want to learn a new spell.
What spell are you wishing to learn?
Powerball.
Powerball. All right. So how are you getting hold of the formula?
I'm going to go and see my talismonger. And I can do 2 things at once, actually, while I'm there.
All right.
So
you're going to see Paeon. As you arrive, when you open the door, for some reason, the crocodile makes turkey noises.
Paeon, what have you done to that poor creature now?
The guy came around to fix it again. He loaded the wrong software.
Is that why the crocodile wished me a happy Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it'll be trying to repress the native populations next. What can I do for you?
2 things. I'm here to do a little shopping, first of all.
Good. I could use the cred.
I'm here to pay you to let me have a crack at one of your grimoires. And I have a present. And Toyger gets like a little paper bag that he's put a bow on.
I'll come back to the present in a sec. Having a crack at one of my grimoires. Which one?
The one that has the spell in it that can make the biggest and most satisfying explosion.
Gonna need you to narrow down what kind of explosion.
So, at this point, Toyger gets out like a notebook or something. It's some sort of pressure wave or power wave or whatever you want to call it. Essentially, you compress air very tightly, throw it.
Oh, thank God, that one. Yeah, it's not the other one. Cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I need a formula for this spell.
I will have a look in the back. What's this?
Oh, so recently I did a little job with a friend of mine, and certain people were smuggling this drug. One of them threw a brick of it at my friend's face, and even though she woke up that morning mundane, she is now a magician.
Huh.
You can't actually use your powers, but she glows. This substance defies every known magical law I can think of.
Alright, sit down. Let's have a look at it. And he takes it from you and he taps out a little bit of it into a clear glass dish and sort of swirls it around. You know when Paeon's looking at something astrally because he always squints. It's a habit he's never been able to shake.
You know, I don't think she's going to smack you for using your powers again. I think once was enough. She made her point.
He looks up and says, Toyger,
Paeon.
I haven't heard from her or any of the others in a very long time. I can't do nearly as much as what I used to do, but I can still do what I can do. Let me work. You asked me to look at this.
Alright, I suppose I'll just strike up conversation with...
I don't care who or what you strike up conversation with, Toyger. I don't want to talk about it. I know I fragged up, and I'm living with the consequences of that. Can we not talk about it, please?
Okay. You do realise that I am one of the consequences. There's a reason she told me where you live. I'm going to go and play with the dried chimp in the back. You keep doing Paeon-y things.
As long as you don't do to that chimp in death what it did to itself in life, I'm quite happy.
You know, I did not think it was possible to masturbate oneself to death, and yet, here you are making the best possible effort, Paeon. Ha ha ha, I'm so funny.
Brag off and let me look at this.
Okie dokie. But only because you asked nicely, and then he ruffles Paeon's, stubble, I suppose. He's not got any hair.
Paeon actually does grab you by the wrist and just lower your hand he's being gentle and just says, Toyger, do that again and I won't be selling you Drek.
Fair enough.
So after a while, Paeon comes back through, puts the envelope down on the table, pours him some water into a mug and puts it in the microwave, puts the dish with the drug on the table, walks over to a drawer. He's got, the old drawers that they used to use in libraries for the lookup cards?
Yes.
Pulls out one of those, plonks it on, and he's kind of flicking through stuff in there, and then pulls out another bag, puts it on the table, says, that'd be what it is.
And what be it, precisely?
It's called Shade.
Shade?
Yeah. If you know where to get it, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on, but you can get it. It's not entirely legal, but when's that ever stopped us?
This stuff takes the known laws of magical theory and thermodynamics and pops a squat over their cereal bowl and unloads a steaming 3-coiler.
Not exactly. It just forces you to astrally project.
And you come back magic from being forced to do this, as opposed to coming back possessed by bug spirits.
No, I mean, it's usually used as a teaching aid. So I keep a little bit on hand because occasionally we get new magicians that are trying to learn to astrally project and they can't. You sell them a bit of this, they sit down with somewhere safe with somebody keep an eye on them. I put up a couple of wards and they can astrally project. You make sure that they don't, run off to Istanbul or Constantinople or whatever the frag they're calling it over there these days. And
it's called a smoking crater, I believe.
Oh, no, they're doing fine. They're doing all right. They're their own independent country now. They got pissed with the... Anyway, that's a whole nother story.
I'm thinking of Tehran.
I have no idea. Anyway, yeah, you give them a little bit of this, they actually project, and then, it takes them a couple of hours before, they climb back in their body, but you put a few boards up, make sure nothing crawls in and says hi. But, yeah, it's just... I've known people take it recreationally, but I don't see the point myself.
What happens if a non-magician takes it?
They astrally project.
And do they come back awakened, or do they just come back?
Well, usually they just climb back in. Well, get sucked back in when it wears off, because, they don't know how to actually climb back in themselves. They need somebody on hand. If they don't have somebody on hand and they take it, they're kinds of drag. Look, you said your mate awakened after taking this. Is that right?
Yes, her eyes glow, and she occasionally inadvertently opens her third eye. And
that's weird. I've not heard that one before, but my guess is your friend was probably a latent magician and it had just never manifested before. And just this gave her the boot in the backside to, get on with it.
I was expecting some grand conspiracy to unveil, but the people that were handling this were treating it as though it was active, undepleted uranium. If you touch this, I will cut off your pinky finger and wear it as a necktie type thing.
I mean, it ain't cheap, but I mean, were they mundane?
Oh yes, all quite mundane.
But if you're mundane and you take it without supervision and you fuck up on, well, astrally projecting, I mean, your soul's dead, your body will just die off. It's a good way to fuck yourself up quite thoroughly.
I fucked them up quite thoroughly enough, I think.
I'm sure you did. You have a special talent for fucking things up.
Cat taught you to be purged, taught me to be evil.
Yeah, you did get the prickishness of Cat.
Nah. In all seriousness, thank you, Paeon. You were very helpful, and I'm grateful to have been able to take advantage of your knowledge and skills.
You are good at taking advantage of me.
I know, it's one of my many, many virtues.
Is there anything else, or can you kindly fuck off now?
Would you be willing to sell me some reagents?
Yeah.
And would you be willing to tell me the formula for that spell?
Oh, yes. I need to eat.
You can keep the...
And I can't eat the pleasure of your company, dubious as it is.
Toyger, grabs one of, Paeon's business cards off a nearby desk, writes his address on the back of it, and says, I try and keep myself free Wednesday nights. Up for dinner one time.
He actually looks confused for a second, looks at it and says, you've not... Toyger, round ears, you've not given me, the address of the meeting hall of the ancients or something, have you? I'm not going to get the dreck kicked out of me. Because if you do, I will haunt you.
Right, acknowledged. That is just my address. The doorman's a bit of a problem. He is essentially harmless, but you might want to bring like a tiny little bottle of synthol to just throw as a distraction, like a steak if you're being chased by a guard dog.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I've got a special party trick spell that'll get me past them.
Oh, fun. Also, Mrs. K, my landlord, sort of rules the 6th floor with her colossal brood of children and grandchildren. My name should get you past them. If it doesn't, just cause a magical scene, I will show up and rescue you from her idiot grandsons. They're like orange cats. They have one brain cell between them, and they kicked it to death for suggesting that maybe they don't smear Nova Coke onto their eyeballs instead of eating. It's amazing. Mrs. K is one of the smartest women I've ever met, and yet somehow every single one of her grandsons, great-grandsons, nephews, the whole parcel of them, so thick, so painfully thick. It's mind-boggling, actually. What was I doing here? I've forgotten.
You were buying a spell, getting me to look at weird drugs.
Which you can keep, by the way.
Alright. So he knocks $7.50 off your bill.
Excellent.
Toyger's largely sorted himself out. We'll come back to his roles to actually learn his spell in a bit. Sunshine, are you doing anything with your downtime other than having screaming matches with your girlfriend?
Yeah. So,
So, are you learning Azatlana Spanish so that you can scream back?
You mean learning more Azatlana Spanish?
You're learning.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the whole oh, sweetie, come on, we can talk about this. Luna's being a prickly bitch and being like, no, it's fine, I was just going out anyway. It's like, oh, come on, this is not my fault.
Hey, that's fairly restrained by Luna's standards.
Yes, but with the tone of a disappointed parent. Remembering also the quite substantial age difference between these two characters.
Yeah.
I mean,
your girlfriend's
Luna,
20 years older.
Yeah, Luna is literally old enough to be Sunshine's mum. Yeah, this goes on for several days. There's a lot of Luna's being very defensive around her, it's like Sunshine has suddenly become a stranger, and the only thing that's changed is one relatively small, if slightly supernatural thing about her appearance. It's a mess, but yeah, so Sunshine spends a bit more time on her Horizon lingo, learning Spanish. And my edge has refilled. Yay, finally.
It has indeed. Any stun you have will have disappeared as well. That goes for everyone, by the way. You will get your stun and edge back. Are there any other things that people are wishing to do with their downtime? Any other karma or cash expenditure?
Does Toyger share what he learned at Paeon's with the rest of us?
Yes.
Because we could stop Giuseppe spending a lot of money on our behalf by telling him the answer.
Okay, just as soon as I find out, before I disappear into Toyger's space for a bit, just get a message in the group chat. Found out what the stuff that hit Sunshine was. It's not that weird, just a drug they use to teach baby magicians. Sunshine is the weird one here. Heart emoji. XXX. Turns off comlink and goes about his business.
You know, Spanish, you bit. Appears in the group chat.
Oh, I had to say that. To Puta.
One other thing he did mention to you when you were at his place when you were buying the spell was that after you explained what happened a little bit more to him, Paeon's best guess is that Sunshine maybe OD'd.
Sunshine is maybe the weird. Sunshine was the weird one here.
Why is this my fault?
Great long rambling voice note. Basically, if you're a mundane or normal metahuman, let's say, it will just knock you out your body for a bit, and assuming nothing many-legged and scuttly makes its way back in, you come back, changed and horrified by the terrible things you've seen. If you were, however, latently magical and you took a whacking great dose, it might be enough to kick you towards the threshold, which if you come back horrifically changed and usually magically active. Congratulations, Sunshine. You did by accident what many great and powerful magicians spent years trying to do and failed at.
Okay. Did you find out how I turned these off?
No, I did not.
Oh.
GMs, no, you didn't ask.
No, I didn't ask. Paeon said it was a bit weird.
Luna started calling me lamps as she leaves the room.
I'm sorry. Poor little lamp. Oh my god, your name is even more appropriate now, Sunshine. Except the sun's not blue.
What Spanish for nightlight?
Luz de noches.
You are, however, finding it much easier to read in bed.
Yeah.
That's cruel and amusing, Ivar.
Toyger,
Sunshine.
I don't yet know how to kill you with my brain. I'm going to learn how to.
You are sent a photograph of a diagram from a textbook for the Powerbolt spell.
Hang on, textbooks? Are you reading Hermetic Drag?
I mean, I was trained as a hermetic for a while. A great deal of learning magic now is unlearning the hermetic stuff and then reinstalling it on shaman software.
You should have been a fox shaman. Dog running cat software. Huggy, you were wanting to do an acquiring. What was it you were wanting to acquire, please?
I'm going to buy myself a steel links.
Oofed. Tiny. So how are you going about doing this?
Well, I remember I was talking to Lurtzog about this, and we were trying to find the parts for one.
Yeah.
They already have a good bit of the body. So it's a case of finding all the right parts and then the two of us actually finally putting it together.
So when you see them, they kind of shrug a little bit and say, I don't have the parts. I know a guy that might. He's a troll like you. He's not exactly talkative, but he can get you drag.
Well, that's good. Literally just spent like 3 days learning how to talk to normal people. And Lurtzog, I cannot express how happy I am to be able to talk to you again. I'm very happy. I don't need to say things like that. I'm just really happy to be able to talk to you again. I don't need to use all the funny words.
We spent the last half hour, I think most of what we said was, can you pass the screwdriver?
Yeah, you're not expecting me to be emotional. It's really nice.
The frag is that?
I don't know. I show her the notebook full of notes on how to be a person. It's like
they kind of look at this and they flip a few pages. Where's the parts list?
Yeah, that's because one of my questions, and they said that was part of the problem.
I don't know if I can understand.
Yeah, I don't get it either. But
here's the dude's com code.
Thank you.
So before you go up there, a quick GM's note. This character that you're about to meet is based on a character from another podcast, which, under the open license, we have to give credit where credit's due. This guy is originally from the Without a Net podcast, but I love the characters so much that I've been using them in my home game, and I want to use them here because they're awesome. So you get given the com code number of a guy called Scrapper. It's up in the Bronx, and the instructions you've been given are pretty strict of hit the buzzer and wait. Do not go in without them saying it's okay and opening the door for you.
Yeah, that seems entirely sensible. I wouldn't go in without being told anyway.
Cool. So you head over to the East Bronx. You do have a little bit of a sketchy moment where there's some gangers following you on a bike, but you pop the turret and they get the hint. When you eventually get there, it looks like an old park that takes up block. But the park's had chain link fence put up around it, and there's a massive scrapyard in it. Huge. Just piles of stuff.
But where was that?
East Bronx. You'll be able to find it as Scrapper's Yard.
Ah, yes, I remember that. Scrapper's Yard. Yeah, I got it.
So he gets over there, and the chain link fence around the place has electrified monofilament wire on top of it. And you can see turrets with AK-97s on them turning. And when you hit the buzzer, 3 of them don't face you, but hold still. And there's this psychotic barking, and 2 of the biggest dogs you have ever seen in your life, they are huge, come running through the yard. Like, their heads are above your waist. They're built like Rottweilers.
They are big dogs.
You reckon they could fit an elf or a human's head in their mouth hole with room to spare? And they're just hurling themselves at the chain link fence, barking and snarling at you.
I crouch down to sort of look them in the eye and try to resist the urge to pat them.
They're trying to chew their way through the chain link to get at you.
But they're dogs.
Not all dogs are good boys, Huggy.
All dogs are good dogs. Not all dogs have good training.
After a while, there's a...
Who's that?
From the intercom.
Oh, sorry, Luxor gave me this contact. I'm coming, my name's Huggy. I've come to buy steel links. All the parts for one, if you have them.
There's a really high-pitched whistle, and the dogs immediately stop barking and sit.
See, I told you I was ever good dogs.
You paying cash, you paying another way?
I'll pay in cash.
There's another whistle, and the dogs immediately just turn around and trot away, and there's the gate just opens just enough for a troll.
Huggy stays standing outside.
There's silence for a while, and then...
Y'all coming in?
I was told not to come in until I was told I was allowed to.
Huh. You got manners. You on foot?
Yeah.
Well, gate's open.
Does that mean I can come in?
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Huggy goes in.
Is this entire session just Huggy being Aspie?
I mean... So, you eventually get into the yard. You find... He's a troll. Pretty big. He's got a cigar hanging out of his mouth. He's got like a... It's not so much a beard as just it looks like he couldn't be bothered to shave for a few days. It's turning grey. And he's got cyberware on his chin that the beard's kind of sticking out of. And a couple of piercings. And he's in the middle of cutting up a vehicle and tossing bits of it into a car crusher.
What's he cutting up?
It looks like a Westwind 3000 that had an argument with a bus and lost.
Ah, I know exactly what the car that has just lost an argument with a bus looks like.
He just looks you over and there's a kind of chewing motion, and the cigar progresses from one side of his mouth to the other and then back. Nods and then goes back to what he was doing.
I can just sort of standing there with her thumbs tucked into the band of her joggers. So, looks like said you might be able to sell me the parts for steel links.
Maybe.
I was looking to buy them.
You any good with a grinder?
Half decent.
Do a cut round the back of this. I can weld that to the other one I got.
All right.
Yeah, give me quick automotive mechanic roll, just to make sure you don't make an utter hash of it.
Fuck. I am going to post-edge that.
With one hit, I don't blame you.
There's one more hit. Fuck.
That's good enough. The cut's a bit ragged, but you get the impression he's cut and shutting a west wind. He's got to be dodgy as hell. This is a high-end sport car that he's doing all sorts of awful things to. He just kind of gives you a nod and says,
Good enough. You coming?
and he's putting the grinder down and he's walking off between the rows, and one of the dogs is sort of trotting along at his side. It's frigging huge. You're not sure you've actually seen a dog that big before. You don't quite know where the other one is. You're not sure you want to know.
Probably is either, walking around the perimeter or walking behind me. Either way, doing its job.
He leads you through rows.
I give it a sneak in.
He doesn't seem to notice. He leads you through a whole bunch of other rows of vehicles that are in various states of bits ripped off them or crashed or left to rust or whatever.
Okay, as we're walking along, we'll sort of, take in the, interesting bits like, oh, that's rare. Okay, not actually stopping, but, occasionally sort of taking a mental note of, oh, that's something interesting that could be put into... admiring the scrapyard. She likes scrapyards.
He eventually leads you to what looks like just a pile of drone, and he reaches into a gap up to his shoulder, grunts, and the whole lot shifts, and there's a bit of a stuff slide, and he tosses the remains of... that guy just pulled out most of a steel lynx. Even for a troll, this dude is strong. And he says,
2054 model. That do you?
Yeah, but I can probably patch that up.
You got an extra leg? This one didn't have it when I got it.
I don't think I have one, but I can make one fairly easily.
I can get you something off another one if you want. Don't know if it'll work.
Nah, I'll patch something together.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I was wondering if you had the parts for an auto dock. The crash cart if you have it, or one of the off-brand models if you don't.
I got a chassis, but nothing else.
Oh, well, that will be... I can work for the chassis.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think I can get everything else I need from some other friends of mine.
So he gives you a price. Whilst talking to this guy, you realise that he is the most laconic troll you've ever met. If he doesn't need to say anything, he just doesn't. There's no extraneous words with this dude.
I like them.
In terms of buying your steel links, mechanically speaking, it's just book price. You've been working towards this for a while, so I'm not going to make you do any rolls for this, because you've role-played out getting your hands on it. The auto dock, I'm quite happy to kind of do the same thing, rather than making you roll for it, just role-play over time for it.
Yeah.
Cool. So you also get Scrapper as a Loyalty 1 Connection 2 contact. Also, Huggy, could I get a perception check, please? Nasal-based.
Certainly.
What's the proper word for that?
Olfactory.
Olfactory, thank you.
That's 3 hits.
He's got a weird... He's constantly smoking these cigars. They've got a weird smell. It's kind of sulphurous. In fact, there's a kind of sulphurous stink around the whole yard for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's a scrapyard. It's going to smell of weird shit.
This is odd for a scrapyard. You'd expect chemical smells, but not this particular chemical smell.
More associated with portals to hell than scrapyards.
Yeah, well, Huggy doesn't really believe in hell. Other than, okay, so literal hell may or may not exist, but, like metaphysical hell, I'm not sold on.
You don't need to believe in hell. The sixth world's bad enough as it is.
The sixth world believes in you.
Toyger doesn't believe in hell. It'd be a bit like believing in the postman.
Yeah, it's one of the meta planes. It's there. You can go visit if you want.
Believing the postman will be on time, on the other hand. To be fair, the post is usually pretty good. It's the fucking yodel driver.
A wholly owned subsidiary of Ares.
What, did they go back to Yodel after the every name got too tainted?
Is there anything else that people wish to do tonight?
Oh, send a message to Giuseppe before he charges us money.
Yeah.
That's just like him a text message.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. He does...
And tell him what the substance is and say...
He does charge you 1,000 for the work he's already put in.
Drunk was perfectly normal, it's just the person we gave it to was a bit strange.
Drag you.
Player or character?
Yes.
Also, for all you know, a bit strange could be a very high compliment.
Meh.
Also, I think 250 is more than enough to cover the pasta. Is a fine price to pay for that pasta.
I will pay large sections of my own body for that pasta.
Thank you for spending some time with us and listening to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast. We hope that you enjoyed the show and look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time for our next episode. In the meantime, what skills do you make someone roll on a date? They can't all default on charisma, surely. Let us know on our Discord. Intro is More Human Than Human by Karl Casey, and the background music is also by Karl Casey. Outro music is Neon Thrills by Luck Hash, and all sound effects are credited in the show notes. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any other proprietary material for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with the Pride Against Prejudice podcast in any official capacity whatsoever. All other works mentioned in this podcast remain the property of their respective owners. The Pride Against Prejudice podcast is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license. So if you want to use any part of the show, please give us the credit. See you next time, chummers.